Hello and welcome to the INT YouTube page. My name is Janice and I am here today to share some dispatching tips with you. Today, what I'm going to do is go over what a dispatcher is, the roles and responsibilities of a dispatcher, what you need to get started, the pros and cons of dispatching, what skills you need, and how to get owner operators. Before I start, I just want to go over the disclaimer that's showing on my screen. And I just want to let you know that what I'm sharing with you today is solely based off of my personal trucking industry experience, and it's not law. These are just helpful recommendations and suggestions. So with that, we are going to kick off the call with dispatching. First thing I want to do is I want to go over with you is what is a dispatcher? A dispatcher, in my eyes, works as a manager for the owner operator. You are the engine of the owner operator business. You're not the manager, so to speak, where the owner operator does not report to you. However, you are responsible for helping to manage the owner operator's business, to help them to be safe, to help them to be profitable. As a good dispatcher, you're going to learn the ins and out of the trucking industry. And by that, what I'm referring to is you're not only going to learn how to dispatch, you're going to learn what the carrier or the owner operator does for a living. You're going to learn what the broker does. You're going to learn what the receiver or the shipper does. You're going to learn as much as you can about the FMCSA. You're going to learn everything that you can about DOT, because all of those things, believe it or not, affects your job and your role and your responsibility as a dispatcher. Again, as a dispatcher, you're going to also be responsible, I know it's a lot, for carrier packets. You're going to complete those on behalf of your owner operator. You're going to take that off of his or her plate. You're going to be responsible for rate negotiation. Please do not be scared or leery of rate negotiation. A lot of people that I meet that are trying to break out into the trucking industry as a dispatcher, they're kind of scared of the rate negotiation. I will say this from my personal experience, rate negotiation is not hard as you may think. What I will say is that when you start today, you're going to be okay. But in a couple of months, a couple of years, you're going to be fantastic. So please, please do not let that discourage you, okay? Next, you are going to be responsible for making sure that your carrier or your owner operator is in compliance. If or depending on what your dispatcher agreement entails, you may be responsible for invoicing. If you are responsible for invoicing, you're going to invoice the broker on behalf of the owner operator, or you're going to invoice the owner operator's factoring company. Lastly, and most important, is trip planning. As a dispatcher, you're going to be responsible for trip planning on behalf of your owner operator. We want to make sure that they arrive on time. We want to make sure, most important, that they arrive in one piece and safely. Next, let's go over the roles and responsibility of a dispatcher. Your responsibility as a dispatcher is to keep records on behalf of your owner operator. You're going to monitor their daily logs for errors or violations. You're going to monitor their hours of service, which is referred to as HOS. If you are unfamiliar with that or you're new to the trucking industry, HOS is the hours of service, refers to the maximum amount of time that a driver is permitted to be on duty, including their drive time as well as their rest period. If you need additional information on HOS, please go to the fmcsa.gov. I'm sorry, scratch that. The fmcsa.dot.gov. I'll repeat that again. That's fmcsa.dot.gov. They'll give you all of the information you need on HOS. When you get to their home screen, in the search box, type in hours of service or HOS, and you'll get a plethora of information. Next, you want to keep tabs on the weather for all of your drivers in any state or any location that they're going to pick up and deliver in any state that he or she is going to drive through. I'm going to repeat that because this is very important. You want to make sure that you have tabs on the weather in any state that a driver is picking up in, delivering to, or driving through. You want to make sure that you are aware of any potential issues, storms, constructions, road closures, so that your driver is informed before going to those states, or you're informed before booking loads to that state. Okay. Next, you are going to serve as a reliable point of contact to balance your driver's safety with the customer. What I mean by that is your customer is going to have set times for pickups and delivery. You want to make sure that your driver always arrives safely, but you want to make sure that you're meeting the customer's requirements. However, your driver is always in compliance. Next, you're going to be responsible for coordinating and managing loads for cost efficiency for your owners. So owner operators, you have to keep in mind, they own or lease the equipment that they have. They are responsible for insurance, for all fuel, maintenance, breakdowns. So you want to always try to find loads that are paying big or good money that's going to generate the most profit for your owner operator. Next, you are going to determine the best delivery method and negotiating rates directly with brokers and customers. And then lastly, you're going to work to get necessary documents and any permits that a driver may need. So in the trucking industries, there are certain states that you need a special permit to deliver or actually drive through. One example is New York. Another example is Kentucky. Another one is Oregon. In order to deliver in those states or drive through those states for another delivery that may be in another state, you need a permit. If you're pulled over by DOT or, excuse me, for any reason, and you don't have those permits, your owner operator will be fined. So you, as the dispatcher, must make sure when you're booking loads that you are negotiating all of that. You are obtaining the proper permits that your carrier needs so that he or she can have those upon delivering their load. Next, we are going to talk about your business setup. So let's say you're brand new to dispatching, right? You don't have anything set up. This screen here is definitely for you. If you're already set up, you should already have these steps in place. The first thing you're going to do is pick a business name. If you are in dispatching, you want to be able to keep your name short and sweet. You want to be able to be notified or identified, by your business name. They should know exactly going in what you do. Okay, so include dispatch, logistics, something of that nature, so they know right away what it is that you do and what you're bringing to the table. Next, you are going to determine your structure. Are you going to be a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation, or a limited liability company? Of those four, what I say is to Google them all, determine which best fits your business needs. If you are still unsure, contact someone who can help you, someone who's in the legal industry, an attorney, somebody who sets up businesses. They may be available to you to answer some basic questions, and they can give you a good background on all four of these different structures, and they can point you in the right direction. Next, you are going to file business formation documents within your state to legitimize your business. You're going to receive a certificate of formation and articles of organization. Please keep in mind that your timeline is going to vary depending on your state, how backed up they are, or if they are not backed up, you could get your information same day or next day. Then we're going to move on to account setups. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to apply for an employer identification number, referred to as an EIN. I listed here on the slide that this is free. I want to point that out because I receive tons of emails or calls from people who are saying, oh, I'm in the process of setting up my business. This person or that person charged me $200 or $300 to obtain my EIN number for me. Please do not pay that. Go to irs.gov, irs.gov, apply for your own EIN number. It's totally free. All you will need is your business information and your social security number. You type in that information, they will supply your EIN number to you online. You can print it out, save it to PDF, and save it to your computer. It's totally up to you. Next, once you've formed your business, you have your certificate of formation, your articles of incorporation, and your EIN number. You're going to now go to a business. You're going to move toward opening a business bank account. You're going to go to either a bank or credit union of your choice. You're going to take all of your documents with you, and you're going to open that account. That account is key because it'll help you get funding. It'll show that your business is making money because all of your payments that you're going to make sure that they're going to go into that business bank account. I have the cost listed here. When I formed my business almost 10 years ago, it was about $250 total because everything has increased in cost. Right now it's varying depending on the state you're in from $250 to maybe $550. Please keep that in mind when you're going to set up your business. Next, what you need to get started. So the previous slide told you what you needed to actually get formed to get your business set up. Now your business is set up. Now you need these items to actually get started. You're going to need a telephone. My preference is the cell phone because you can take it with you anywhere. In some cases, you may need two. You're going to need a computer. Again, my recommendation is a laptop because you can take it anywhere you need to go. You're going to need reliable internet connection. You're going to need access to load boards. And when I say access to load boards, that's plural because you don't want to work just off of one. You're going to sign up for all of the free load boards as well as some paid load boards. You're going to attend dispatcher training. I provide dispatcher training along with my partner. We do dispatcher training on a monthly basis. Our cost is very low. This is not just a plug for that. I highly recommend, if you are new to dispatching, that you seek some sort of dispatch training from someone who has been in the industry for a couple of years and they know how to dispatch, they know how to help you get drivers, and they can help you network with other dispatchers, brokers, and customers. Next, you're going to need a printer, scanner, and fax. I have a all-in-one where all three are incorporated together. I can tell you this, I rarely use the fax. I use the printer and scanner daily. So make sure you invest in a good one. Maybe get one where you don't have to change the ink out a lot. I started with that one and then I upgraded to one where I can just change my ink out once a year. Saves a lot of time and definitely a lot of money. Next, you are going to concentrate on a marketing plan. This is going to include building a website for your business and for your brand. What I did is I created a spreadsheet for myself and I thought, okay, what do I want to do, or how do I get my name out there? How do I market my business to other people? And I just wrote it out in that spreadsheet. I ordered business cards, flyers, I did email blasts, I joined different groups, I advertised in trucking magazines. I did whatever it takes so that my name can get out there. Next, we are going to utilize all social media platforms. And when I say that, I'm referring to Instagram, TikTok, if you're interested in that, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, anything that offers a free account, get that account in your business name, start making posts, making videos, attracting customers, viewers, and users so that you can get your name out there. It's free. Why not use it? Next, we are going to network with brokers, customers, and other dispatchers. I'm going to repeat that part, the other dispatchers. A lot of dispatchers are always questioning, well, why do I need to network with other dispatchers? Well, for one, you can learn a lot from another dispatcher and you can teach them as well. That's one reason. Another reason is if you are brand new to this industry and you link up or network with a seasoned dispatcher, he or she can teach you a lot about the industry. They can teach you about equipment. They can teach you about the industry terminology. They can teach you the best way to go about negotiating rates. They can tell you which brokers are good to work with, which ones they've had horrible experiences with, and which ones to stay away from. So it's always good to network with dispatchers. And the other reason why I like networking with other dispatchers is, let's say my specialty is dry vans and box trucks. I may network with a dispatcher who specializes in reefers, which are refrigerated trucks. And let's say one of my favorite brokers calls and they're like, hey, Janice, I have a load. It's a hot load. It's a reefer. It's paying X, Y, and Z. It's coming out of this state to this state. I can contact another dispatcher who I know specializes in reefers, give that information to him or her, and then they can find a driver for it. So it's always good to network with other dispatchers. And then, of course, we're going to always network with owner operators because those are our customers and those who we are trying to help. Okay, so make sure you take note of this slide. Make sure if you have any questions on this, you contact us on social media or leave a comment on our YouTube page and we will definitely get back with you on it. Next, as always in any industry, there is going to be pros and cons. So for dispatching, again, this is from my personal experience. The pros that I love about dispatching is that education is not really required. And by that, I mean higher education. You don't have to hold a master's degree or bachelor's degree or even associate's degree. In some cases, you don't even have to have a high school diploma. It's all about what you put into it and what you make of it. Okay, you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars obtaining a degree to be a dispatcher. You can learn the game, you can watch YouTube videos, you can partner up with other dispatchers, you can take some training courses, and then you can get started. Next, working from home. That's a luxury. For me, I absolutely love it. I never want to work in an office again. So one of the pros for dispatching for me is being or having the ability to work from home. It's a win-win for me. The next thing is the low startup costs. Again, in the previous slide, I mentioned to you, it's about $250 to $550 to actually start the dispatch business itself. And then it's going to take you a couple of additional couple of $100, depending on if you have a printer, a scanner, a cell phone, internet connection. Some of you may have some of those things already, so that'll cut your budget down. So that's great. Next, one of the pros that I absolutely love is meeting new people. I love to talk. I love mingling. I love networking. I love meeting new people, and I absolutely love learning, and I love sharing what I know. So meeting new people is always going to be a pro for me because I meet new people from any of the 50 states to my own local state. We network, we share information, and I absolutely love it. Now, I listed only 2 cons here. The very first one is one that I had to adjust to when I became a dispatcher, and that's being on call 24/7. So let's say you have a driver. He breaks down. He's going to call you because you're going to have to help him find a tow truck if he needs to be towed, or someone who can come do roadside assistant where he or she is so that they can find out what the problem is and fix it and get him or her back on the road. And then you're going to also be in charge with contacting the broker to let him or her know what's going on with the owner operator, where he is, where he or she is, what happened, and what's the status of the load that they are carrying. Okay. Again, I had to adjust to the 24/7 because I was used to working a 9 to 5. Once you get over that, the 24/7 will be nothing for you. The next is finding carriers or owner operators. So again, if you do all of the steps that I previously mentioned, as far as networking, utilizing social media, all of the platforms, networking with different dispatchers, owner operators, you will be able to find carriers and owner operators. I promise you, you will. It's going to take a lot of no's for you to get the right yes. That right yes is going to lead into you being able to present an owner operator with a contract. He or she will sign, and you will start dispatching for he or she. That will open the doors for you to start dispatching for other owner operators, and that will get you on your way. I know some dispatchers right now who have 1 truck that they're dispatching for, and I have some that are dispatching for 10. It can be done. You can make as little as a couple of $100 a week or several $1,000s a week. The goal is to make more money, but you want to be efficient before doing it. You don't want to jump out there too fast. I say start with 1 carrier and grow from there. Next, I want to go over skills. So there are 5 skills that I feel are very important when it comes to truck dispatching. Okay. First are computer skills. You have to have some sort of computer technology and the ability to multitask to be a dispatcher. You are going to be in front of your computer or on your cell phone on load boards at all times. You're going to be making calls, sending emails. So you want to make sure that you are computer savvy and you have computer skills. Okay. Analytical thinking. This is going to help you when there are planned and unplanned situations. And I promise you, there are going to be a number of unplanned situations. As I previously mentioned, breakdowns, falling off loads, loads being canceled once your driver is there, and you're going to have to think fast. You're going to have to move quick. Okay, so your analytical skills are going to play a big part of your success in this role. Your quick thinking is going to always come in handy. Language skills. You should be fluent in English. You should know if you know a second language, that's a plus. I don't know one. I'm hoping to acquire that at some point in my life. But right now, because we are in America and we are dispatching for American drivers, we want to make sure that we are fluent in English. And not only our drivers or our owner operators, but also with brokers and customers. You want to be able to speak with them on a professional level so that they take you serious. Number 4, interpersonal skills. This is a big one for me. So you're going to be working with drivers, customers, and brokers, and you're going to have to be able to speak and work with anyone. And when I say anyone, you're going to meet customers who are rude. You're going to meet customers who are so sweet and nice. You're going to meet brokers who are rude. And again, some that are so nice. You're going to have to be able to bite your tongue, and you're going to have to stay professional at all times so that you can work with all of them. So make sure you utilize your interpersonal skills at all times. And again, you're going to want to scream and shout sometimes. Just wait till you get off the call with them and then scream and then let it go and pick up the phone and start over. The next and the 5th, I should have put this first, but I put it last. because I want to spend more time on that. And that's industry knowledge. You have to know and understand the transportation industry as well as the laws and regulation. This will set you up for success. If you are new to dispatching and you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know the trucking or the transportation industry, I guarantee you when you call a broker or a customer to try to dispatch for a driver, they are not going to take you serious. They're going to lowball you or they're not going to give you the load. So you want to make sure, if you do nothing else, is that you learn the industry knowledge. Again, that's where training or mentorship comes into play. Okay. So my last slide is how to get owner operators. So we're going to spend some time here. We're going to utilize every form of social media. I know I've said that before, but we are going to make sure that we utilize every form of social media. Get some paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google. To start, you may not be making money, but you just want to get yourself out there. So my suggestion is get yourself out there with the free Facebook groups, post on Instagram, make updates, network with people on these sites, and then start getting the paid ads. Next, you are going to join Facebook trucking and dispatching groups. When you join these groups, you want to make sure that you are actively commenting and creating posts, that people are noticing you out there in those groups. They're reading your posts, they're reading your comments, they're interacting with you. This is a free way to promote your business. Again, it's free. Why not use it? Okay. I'm in a number of trucking and dispatching groups. Even if I just post one in all of them once a day, at least I am making some type of comment or creating some posts so that they see I'm engaging. Okay. Next, we are going to use the FMCSA website to locate carriers and owner operator. Once you locate them, you are going to email and or call them. Something that I did when I first started dispatching outside of my company is that I offered to dispatch the first load for free, as long as they signed a contract with me to say if I dispatched the first load for free, that they would stay on with me for at least 30 days. In 30 days, I could have booked one load for them or I could have booked 10, but at least I had a commitment from them for the first 30 days. Now, to go to the website to locate the carriers and owner operators, you're going to go to fmcsa.dot.gov. Okay. Next, we're going to create a mailing list. Not only are we going to create it, we're going to actually use it. Again, we're going to create a mailing list and we're going to use it. That mailing list, you're going to send out different things, invites if you're having classes. You're going to send out mailers to them if you're having a class and you're offering a discount. You're going to send them a discount code. If it's Christmas, you're going to just send them a Christmas email and tell them Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You want to keep your name in their ear, and they are brokers, other dispatchers, customers, and owner operators. Lastly, and the most important, I always put the most important as the last bullet for some reason, but we're going to network again with other dispatchers, brokers, customers, owner operators, and family and friends. Family and friends are essential because everyone knows someone who is a driver, a carrier, or an owner operator, either working for themselves or working for a company. Reach out to them. Say, hey, this is Janice. I've just started a dispatching company. Let me send you my packet. You and I have been friends for X amount of years. You don't have to use me, but here's my information in turn if you just happen to want to use me. And by the way, I'm offering my first load. I'm booking it for you for free. Or you can offer them a family and friends discount. There's a number of ways that you can get owner operators to sign on with you as their dispatcher. Okay. Now, I am going to leave you with some information. I host a monthly, along with my partner, we host a monthly dispatching course. Our next one is going to be Friday, January 28th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Included in that course is 30 days free mentorship, which means that you will have she or I, or the two of us, to answer any questions, to log onto load boards for you. We'll do it live over Zoom. We'll show you how to negotiate, how to fill out carrier packets, how to call brokers to get on their mailing list, things of that nature. And again, if you need to contact me, here's all of my information on my social media. Again, I'm utilizing everything possible as far as social media is concerned. Make sure you do the same. Okay, with that, I am going to leave you. I'm going to say good night. I'm going to thank you for joining, and you have a great day.